In the world of infants and toddlers, every object and every person is fascinating.
Yeah.
Very young children put all their energy into choosing objects and people to play with and explore. To gather the strength and courage they need to go forth each day, they rely on the support of parents and caregivers.
You want to put them in? See, nice. She wants a stack one. And then you want a stack one. Micah wants a stack one now. And it fell again.
In the high-scope approach to interactions with infants and toddlers, adults understand that young explorers learn about their world by actively experiencing the objects and people around them. By choosing objects and exploring them with their hands, mouths, and whole bodies, and by repeating these actions over and over. Adults also realize that infants and toddlers are active communicators who use their own unique combination of gestures, facial expressions, noises, and eventually words to express their feelings and ideas.
Problem. You would like to use a Zamboni too?
As infants and toddlers explore their world, problems and conflicts with others are bound to occur. We can encourage their healthy development by taking steps both to keep conflicts to a minimum and to help them resolve the conflicts that do occur. Following are some prevention strategies that create a climate of warmth and encouragement in which conflicts are prevented or reduced. Adults support active learning throughout the day through warm, accepting adult-child exchanges.
Thanks for this nice hug, Maddie. You're gonna lay on my leg. You just want to rest for a little bit.
They plan a welcoming, child-oriented environment that includes multiple copies of many items, climbing equipment indoors and outside, and plenty of space for children to explore and play in.
Up and down, jump up and down, jump up.
They provide schedules and routines that flow with the needs and wants of the children, including arrivals and departures that are pleasant and leisurely for children and their parents. They build caregiver and parent partnerships.
We can even make one, like a small bowl as a shaker. Add something inside and cover
Oh, okay. So just putting like two bowls together.
it. Yeah.
And they plan around the needs and interests of children on a daily basis.
Oh, that's a good idea for sounds.
When surrounded by adults who understand and enjoy their need to learn by exploring, infants and toddlers develop a sense of trust in themselves and others. They become curious, autonomous learners. To establish an effective learning environment, providing for emotional safety is critical.
Yes, you want to give me a bottle? Huh?
Children's interactions with trusted adults provide the emotional fuel infants and toddlers need to puzzle out the mysteries of the social and physical world.
Okay. There we go.
Because trusting relationships are so important, programs strive to ensure that each infant and toddler has the same primary caregiver throughout the length of their enrollment in the program.
Oh, you made it.
You're going to hold it? You're going to push it this way? Are you letting Larcel have a turn?
In environments that provide emotional and physical safety while supporting active play, teary days are fewer and conflicts are reduced.
Oops, is it gonna fit?
In this primary relationship with a caregiver, encouragement is the key. Adults cuddle,
I see TJ.
play, imitate children's actions,
Oh, the little mermaid.
You like that movie, huh?
Take time to talk with them in an unhurried way. Take cues from children rather than impose their ideas.
You seem really excited about the cloth.
And attempt to see things from the child's unique point of view. The encouraging adult avoids evaluative comments like, "good job," and instead describes specifically what the child is doing.
She wants to stack one. And then you want to stack one. Michael wants to stack one now. And it fell again.
Supporting the young child's emerging language skills with these descriptive words
You're wrapping it lots and lots of times.
and simple conversation.
Santa Claus.
I like to read Santa Claus.
You think Santa Claus will come now?
When adults are actively involved in children's play, they notice when problems are developing.
Yes, you want to touch Emily, huh? She wants to give you the Play-Doh.
By explaining a child's actions to other children, they can help children see things from another child's point of view. This often helps to diffuse small problems before they become conflicts.
I think she wants it. Put it in your mouth already.
And you're trying to fill the bucket with water? We need another bucket, don't we?
Another prevention strategy is to continually evaluate the setting to see whether children have enough space and materials for their play.
Look, Miss Liz has some bubbles. Here we go. We can wash the animals in those bubbles.
If problems over sharing are developing, adults can provide more materials or show children where they can get another toy.
I just find that when you do provide ample materials, the problems that mainly exist with the toddlers are more space issues or taking turn-like issues, and they usually tend to resolve it themselves if you allow them the time to do that without running to them and snatching it. They usually work them out themselves. Sometimes you do have to intervene and help them work out a compromise, but for the most part, if you provide the materials for them in an active learning setting, they will work out their conflicts and come to compromises on their own, just as she's found something else to fill. So I don't see too many conflicts beyond that, other than sharing territory that exists with the toddlers.
Letting children know what is about to happen and supporting them during the transition is another important strategy for reducing conflict.
Okay, we're only gonna go outside for a little bit just to get some fresh air.
By informing infants and toddlers when they are about to be picked up, diapered, or have their noses wiped,
You need to change your diaper, Jayla, okay?
adults sustain their sense of security.
I'm gonna go get you food.
It's also important to let them know when adults need to leave for breaks or other reasons.
Sophia's right there.
You try to give Drew his pacifier. He's really upset.
Another way to give children a sense of security and support is to acknowledge, name, and describe children's feelings.
That's what Drew needs. He's really sad.
Adults acknowledge feelings often, both sad and happy. Using these strategies to help children feel secure and comfortable can help to prevent many conflicts.
Those are grapes. Strawberries.
However, even when children feel supported, they will sometimes have problems and difficulties that lead to conflict. The following strategies, presented in the next part of the video, will help adults respond to children at these times. In their enthusiasm to explore with all their senses, infants and toddlers sometimes do things that are hurtful to other people.
Say, I don't like that.
Oh, look at.
To help children learn to express their wants and needs without hurting others, it is helpful for adults to view such behaviors as mistaken rather than bad, and to respond by encouraging children to talk through problems rather than by punishing or scolding them. Adults also stop harmful actions as they occur and state limits in positive terms, saying what is wanted rather than repeating what is not wanted.
Uh-oh. The floor's all wet now. Look, try to keep it in here. Terry, let's pour it inside.
These positive statements help children grasp what they can do.
I'm worried about pulling on my glasses. They'll get broken. Jacob, I'm feeling really worried that hurting might happen.
Caregivers also describe what the child is doing that is working.
So you're just not tickling with the glasses.
Such positive limit setting helps children learn alternative ways to interact with others.
So he's tickling you and you're not tickling him now. So that solved it, didn't it?
By responding positively to children's initiatives, adults can maintain a continued, caring, and warm relationship with the child. These limit-setting strategies help to reduce children's distress and to prevent hurtful behavior. Adults will often need additional strategies to encourage children's problem-solving during their struggles with materials as well as their conflicts with others. The next section of the video presents 6 strategies adults can use to support infants and toddlers in resolving problems and social conflicts. Words will occasionally appear on the screen to highlight the adult's strategy and the child's response.
You throwing it to Natalie?
The strategies in problem solving are designed to support children in different age groups and at different language abilities. And the strategy that we're going to see first with conflicts with infants and toddlers is very important with all the different age groups. Approaching calmly.
You throwing it to Natalie? You throwing the ball?
The adult approaches calmly, gets down on the child's level, and maybe reaches out and reassures them with a gentle touch. In infant and toddler conflicts, children are very upset. They're screaming and crying and pulling, maybe biting, and the adult needs to stay calm and reassure them because it is a very upsetting moment for children.
You want to hold it? Chris wants to use this one. Do you think you can trade with Jacob?
So staying calm and keeping a calm tone of voice really can help to de-escalate the intense emotion that's happening. So in this step, the adult simply gets down on the child's level and maybe gently puts their hands on the children to reassure them that you're there and you're going to help.
Yeah, you're really upset. Yeah, I can see that you're upset. In infant and toddler conflicts, there's a lot of crying, screaming. There's a lot of body movement for the children to tell us, you know, what the problem is. And by the teacher looking and observing what the children are doing, she can come into the problem and acknowledge the children's feelings and really describe their feelings to them.
That chair, Silas. Amelia Niece is sitting in that chair right now. You're really upset about that, aren't you? You're really upset. You really want that chair, don't you? The strategy of acknowledging feelings means simply to name the child's feelings, to say you're feeling upset. Now, infants may not understand or will not understand right away what you mean, but they hear your tone of voice, and eventually they will understand what those words are. And as toddlers and preschools begin to use those words. So naming and acknowledging feelings in this way helps them to know that you really understand and accept their feelings, and they can fully empty out those feelings and be able to calm down. You're feeling so sad. You're really sad.
No, you want to play with the ones with Joey? Yeah. We have a problem over here. Yeah, I know. You really want to play with that. You seem really upset.
In this strategy, gathering information, you're going to be looking to see what's happening. With infants, you're not going to be asking questions. You're just going to simply be looking for gestures. They're pulling on the cup. They're grabbing for the truck. Information about what the problem is, and you're going to describe that back to them. So they'll know that you understand really what's going on and what's upsetting them, what it is that they want.
Yeah, there's a problem over there. It's hard to put that on. Marcel, you want to help?
You want to play with the Teletubby, and Brian wants to play with the Teletubby.
With older toddlers, you can actually ask the question, what? What's the problem? And you're going to use that word what rather than why, which is difficult. It's more abstract. So you ask, what's the problem? And you find out more about what's going on.
What's the problem, Silas?
That is the motorcycle. That's a truck.
It's not a motorcycle, it's a truck.
Yeah. Okay. So there's no problem? I guess there's no problem. Is there a problem? No? Yeah? What do you think the problem is? What happens? We're trying to open the door? And Terrell, were you trying to close the door?
I'm gonna hold this. I'm gonna hold this with you guys. Yeah, we do have a problem, Jayla. You wanna play with it? And Joey wants to play with it.
This strategy of restating the problem is really useful for children because they're hearing the specifics of the problem again. So you're saying something like, oh, so the problem is you both want the truck. The problem is you want to have the cup and you want to have the cup. And this really helps them to hear the specifics and to come up with a solution.
Yeah, we have a problem over here. Garrett wants to play with it and Marcel wants to play. I can see.
You want to play with the Teletubby, and Brian wants to play with the Teletubby. So the problem is you both want the Teletubby. It's not a motorcycle, it's a truck. You want to call it a truck, and he wants to call it a motorcycle. You have two different things you want to call it. You have two different things you want to call it, huh, Terrell?
I know. I see you're upset. You're really upset. But we're going to change your diaper. Do you want to walk with me or do you want me to pick you up?
Often with infants and toddlers, problem solving is not always direct, and they can't express to you by words. So a lot of times it's used more with actions and their body language and letting you know how they feel about the situation. And a lot of times the teacher ends up putting the words to what they have done to solve the problem.
Joey, you don't want the blue one anymore? You're going to let Jayla have a turn? Jayla's going to have a turn now.
Yeah, Francesca. Freddie wants this truck. Freddie wants this truck. Is that okay for Freddie to have this truck? Francesca, is it okay for Freddie to have this truck? Is that okay? Is that okay? Freddie wants to take the truck. Is that okay? Freddie's going to take it? That's okay? Yeah? Okay. All right. And you're going to have that one? You're going to, oh, you're going to give us this one too, huh? Which one do you want to have? Shrek. Which one do you want? You want this one? Okay. You can have that one. There you go. That's your chair, and you really want to sit there, yeah. Ilianise, we have a problem. What can we do to solve this? We have a problem because you both want this chair.
At this point, we ask children for ideas for solutions and choose one together. In the solution-seeking process, children need time to practice. They need to try out their ideas and practice this emerging skill. The adult could give a solution like, let's take turns, or how about if you have it for a few minutes?
Can he have a turn in a few minutes? Yeah? Will you give it to him when you're finished?
With older toddlers, you could actually say, I have an idea. Do you want to hear my idea? And it's important to ask the question, do you want to hear my idea? So that the child still feels included in the decision making about the solution. Well, what can we do, Ileana? Because we need to figure it out. We need to figure out what to do. I have an idea. Do you want to hear my idea, Silas? My idea is that one of you could sit in this chair right here. So you're there to facilitate the children's solutions, to support them to come up with lots of ideas of how they could solve that problem. Maybe saying back again an idea that they've thought of so they can hear the details, supporting them to come up with the solution on their own.
You really want to put them back on the Zamboni. What do you think we could do? We need some ideas. That's the Zamboni that my friend Ian's playing with. No? How can we solve it?
To look at the book? Yeah.
Look at the book.
Lots of people want to look at the book. Eugene, I think we have a problem. I'm going to hold this for just a minute because Terrell wants to look at this book and you want to look at this book. So what do you think we could do? You both want to look at this book?
Almost there.
Terrell, what do you think we could do?
Share it, Mommy.
You could share it. That would be one idea. What do you think about that, Eugene?
Amy!
He said you don't want to share it. Looks like he didn't want to share it. So you're going to look at the book? As children search for ideas for solutions, there may be a long silence. And it's really hard for adults not to jump in and say, well, how about if you do this? But I think if we can wait and let them try to practice, this is an emerging skill. They need a chance to try out their own ideas. Even if we decide that the idea doesn't really seem fair or reasonable to us, it's useful for them to give it a try. If they both agree to it, when you check in with them, if they both agree to a solution, that's a solution that works. And we still haven't figured out the problem.
Want this with Silas?
She has an idea. She wants to know if you want the chair, Silas.
I want me to use it.
Did you hear what Eleanise said? She says you can have this chair. And Eleanise, where are you going to sit? Right there, okay. I'm going to hold this till we figure it out. So what can we do?
On the counter.
You found it on the counter? He says he found it on the counter. And he's wanting to use it, and you're wanting to use it.
On the counter.
You think we should put it on the counter?
Yeah,
You mean right up here?
No.
Well, I'm going to hold it until we figure it out. So your idea is that we should put it away on the counter and that no one will use it? Is that your idea?
I put it on the counter.
You want to put it on the counter. So what do you think about that? He wants to put it on the counter and leave it there. Will that idea work? Yeah, that's okay with you? Yeah, okay. Well, show me where you're going to put it. Right over there on the counter? Okay. Let's take it over together, okay? Take it right over here together. Right over on the counter. Right up.
Jayla's gonna have a turn now. Look at that, you solved the problem.
So the children have come up with an idea for a solution. So the strategy of giving follow-up support is about either watching and staying nearby and making sure the solution works, or simply saying, you solved this problem. You thought of ideas and you talked about it and you worked it out together. You solved it. So you solved this problem. You moved to a different...
You guys solved the problem. Look, Duncan's gonna hold it and Aliana's gonna hold it.
I think it's always useful to really notice what the children have done, because they see the adult there and they think the adult has solved it. So we say, you solved this problem. You listened to each other and you both had ideas and you figured it out. So it's your turn with this now. Your way of solving the problem works, Silas. You said, let's take turns. And now it's your turn. Look at that. Bright green shirt.
Over there.
Right over there. Problem solved.
Tell it to be for you. And you're going to give it a phone. You solved that problem.
We've seen 6 strategies for resolving conflicts with infants and toddlers. And sometimes we're going to need to use all of those strategies for intense or really complicated conflicts. Sometimes, however, you only need to use 1 or 2 of those strategies because the conflict resolves really quickly. It's important to remember that the strategies are simply tools, and you're going to maybe sometimes just use 1 or 2 of them. But the importance of the strategies are that they're tools for supporting children to learn how to resolve conflicts on their own.
The next section shows adults using these 6 strategies to help children in different age groups resolve problems and conflicts. As you watch each scene, note the variations in how this approach is used depending on children's language abilities and emotional intensity. In the following scene, 2 children become quite emotional in a conflict over a cup. Maria, their caregiver, stays calm and acknowledges their feelings. Rather than taking the cup away, which might be upsetting for children this young, she tells them she is going to hold the cup with them until the problem is solved. She simply describes the problem to them as it unfolds, and then describes their solution.
No, you want to play with the ones with Joey? Yeah. We have a problem over here. Yeah, I know. You really want to play with that. You seem really upset. Yeah, I'm really upset. I'm going to hold this. I'm going to hold this with you guys. Yeah, we do have a problem, Jayla. You want to play with it? And Joey wants to play with it. Yeah. Gentle, Joey. That hurts Jayla. Gentle. That made you really sad, Jayla. Yeah. That made you sad. Yeah. Yeah, Joey. I don't think Jayla likes that. Yeah. I know. That made you really sad. You gonna play with this one? You gonna play with the green? With the green one, Jayla? And Joey's gonna play with the blue one. Hey, look. Joey, you don't want the blue one anymore? You're gonna let Jayla have a turn? Jayla's gonna have a turn now. Look at that, you solved the problem. Yeah, you look pretty happy. Yeah.
These are the buckets.
In the next scene, 2 children are struggling with the stacking blocks. Tiffany, their caregiver, speaks to them calmly, at first explaining the problem, then asking a question. At this age, asking children simple yes or no questions is important. Tiffany also clearly states what each child wants. The children show, mostly with body language, that they are ready to play cooperatively.
See, what should we do now? Should we stack them again? Micah, Natalie wants to play with them too. Do you think we can play together? You want to? You want to put them in? See, now she wants to stack one. And then you want to stack one. Micah wants to stack one now. And it fell again.
As you watch the following conflict over a large plastic bottle, notice how Maria describes the children's actions and asks simple questions that the children can respond to with a nod. Simple questions and careful observation of children's body language give the adult clues about what the children are thinking and how they want to solve the problem.
Yeah, there's a problem over there. It's hard to put that on. Larcel, you want to help? Larcel, you still want the bottle? Yeah, you're saying. Yeah, we have a problem over here. Garrett wants to play with it, and Larcel wants to play. I can see you're really upset. You're really upset. You want to play with it? Yeah. You're gonna hold the cover? Yes. You're gonna hold it? You're gonna push it this way? Are you letting Larcel have a turn? Are you giving it to Larcel? Larcel's turn? It was stuck? Yeah.
Pulling out all the tissues.
Garrett? Garrett, are you all done playing with the bottle? Are you all done? Larcel's turn? It was stuck?
The 2-year-olds in the next conflict are exploring water and soap bottles. At this age, children are very focused on their own ideas of how to use materials, rather than the interests of others in the group. So conflicts over sharing materials can occur very quickly. As Darlene, their caregiver, supports their explorations, she gathers information about the problem by observing what is happening. She calmly explains one child's actions to another and asks simple questions that result in a solution. When adults support children in this way, they become more cooperative.
Who's using that pink one? You want to use this one? No. Doriel, this one you were using, the green one.
No, I want to use that.
He wants to use that one. You want to use this one?
And the hell.
Oh, you know what? I don't think this one fits. I think you need to use the green one.
Green one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Been thinking of that back. That one's just right. Yeah, did you see that bubble?
No.
Skirt.
Your Power Ranger?
In this conflict over toys brought from home, Betsy, the teacher trainer, works with 2 older toddlers. The children are very familiar with problem solving and quickly become engaged in finding a solution. Notice how, with this older age group, Betsy gently tells one child that she is going to hold the toys while they talk about the problem. Once the toys are in neutral hands, it becomes easier for both children to be equally involved in finding a solution.
I'm going to hold this for a minute until we figure this out. I'm going to hold this right here together, okay? So we have a problem. I'm going to hold both of these. We have a problem is that you really want to have this and you really want to have this. So what can we do?
Because I want that.
You really want this, don't you? And you really want this too, don't you? You're feeling so sad. Really sad. I'm going to hold this till we figure it out. So what can we do?
On the counter.
You found it on the counter? He says he found it on the counter. And he's wanting to use it, and you're wanting to use it.
On the counter.
You think we should put it on the counter?
Yeah, I'm going to do
You mean right up here?
No.
Well, I'm going to hold it until we figure it out. So your idea is that we should put it away on the counter and that no one will use it? Is that your idea?
I put it on the counter.
You want to put it on the counter. So what do you think about that? He wants to put it on the counter and leave it there. Will that idea work? Yeah, that's okay with you? Yeah, okay. Well, show me where you're going to put it. Right over there on the counter? Okay. Let's take it over together, okay? Take it right over here together. Right over on the counter. I think you solved this problem. You're going to put that one on the counter too? And that's okay with you? Yeah, we solved this problem. And what are you going to do now? Where are you going to go now? You know where you're going to play? Where do you want to play? Yeah? You're going to go over there? Okay.
As adults create a play-filled, warm, and engaging environment for infants and toddlers, it is important for adults to anticipate conflicts as a normal, healthy part of social learning.
Oh, it's TJ's, Mama.
This video program has shown many strategies adults can use to keep conflict to a minimum and to respond positively when problems and conflicts do occur. With the support of caregivers who consistently use these strategies in ways that are appropriate to the different language abilities of the children, infants and toddlers can begin to develop the ability to resolve social conflicts on their own.
Solve problem, sir. No.
You want to solve the problem?
Yes.
As they do, they will learn to express feelings in words.
She's mad and I'm not mad. That means she can solve the problem with herself.
Are you letting Larcel have a turn?
Use critical thinking and reasoning skills.
Are you giving it to Larcel?
Here's the Teletubby for you.
Learn to create solutions to problems. Experience cooperation. And develop trust in their caregivers, their peers, and themselves.
It's too heavy for you. Let's both peel.
For more information on HighScope's publications and training, contact us at 734-485-2000 or at our website address, www.highscope.org, or email us at info@highscope.org. To order HighScope Press materials, call our toll-free number, 800-40-PRESS, or fax us at 800-442-4FAX.